How you doing, guys?
Great.
Good. Eddie, first off, congrats on a hell of a card on May 1st. Very entertaining. I want to get into some of those fights. But first, I want to jump right into this and put this Joshua Fury stuff to bed.
Oh, not again.
Listen, no. Well, you haven't spoken to us since Bob Arum. So, first off, I don't know why Bob is the way he is, but I know you always say he's an old guy stuck in his ways, right? But was there a reason why, according to him, you went radio silent and didn't get back to him in a week when you said you would get back?
Pretty much because it's in the hands of the lawyers now, and there's nothing really, he said that we hadn't spoke for 2 weeks. We'd actually spoke on the Friday, which was not last Friday, the Friday before. So we'd actually spoken about 3 days when he said it was 2 weeks. And, then he just, I think from there, I gave my side of the story. Then he went on a crazy one. He went from the fight's in doubt to the fight's dead in the water, all within 5 hours and without speaking to anyone. So that was Bob. Thankfully, Fury's side have come out and said, no, we received the contract, which we did on Saturday, the new long-form agreement from the site. All the teams are reviewing that now. And, we go back to the site today with our comments, if there are any, and then we get it signed. So
the fight is not in jeopardy. No, it's not in jeopardy. It's going to happen.
I can't speak on behalf of Tyson Fury, but even speaking on behalf of him, I don't think anything's in jeopardy. We received the contract from the site on Saturday, and sorry, my apologies, on Friday night, and we are reviewing that with the teams. There's 3 different sets of lawyers on this from the fight in terms of the promotion. So, everyone's moving as fast as they can. Nothing's in jeopardy from our side. Nothing's in jeopardy from the site. In fact, when they saw Bob's comments, they phoned me out and said, "What's going on? What's happened?" I said, "Nothing. Just relax. Listen, in an ideal world, I'd love to be in the ring with you guys or Mannix on Saturday night after the Canelo fight, giving you some great news. So we'll see if that's possible."
Yeah, it would be nice. Apparently, or obviously, you was annoyed by Bob Arum's statement. You even said stuff like, Arum hasn't done a fight this big before, even though Arum has been involved in Muhammad Ali fights.
My exact words were, Arum has never been in a site fee as big as this before. a site deal. He hasn't.
Right. That's true.
I haven't. In fact, no one has. It's the biggest site deal in boxing history. So, but I have been in a site deal for a slightly less amount of money, with the same people, and that was with the Andy Ruiz fight. So I know these people, I know the process, I know what they're about. And no, of course, Bob Arum's been involved with some huge fights, but he hasn't dealt with these people before for this much money. Yeah. So I can understand, to be honest with you, like the only sympathy I have for Bob is when I did this deal with these guys for the Andy Ruiz fight, I actually thought it wasn't happening. I've said it before, but I also understand the process that you have to go through to get fights of this magnitude done. So like I said, I'm looking to announce, hopefully, it'd be wonderful to do it in the ring on Saturday night. We'll see if that's possible.
Okay. You mentioned Andy Ruiz, Eddie. Did you get a chance to watch his comeback fight, and what did you think of it? Did you see something where he can get back to where he was?
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of the fight. I saw the knockdown. I saw the flash knockdown. I also saw the fights in the crowd. Wow, I mean, that was unbelievable. Yeah. If they panned the camera around, you would have got unbelievable value for your pay-per-view. But look, Andy Ruiz is a great fighter. He's been out a long time. He's also lost a lot of weight. I think this is going to take him a little bit of time to get used to that. I saw someone saying, Dan Raphael, someone saying, maybe he doesn't have the same punch resistance having lost the 30 pounds, But I'm not sure about that. It was just good to see him back in the ring. Obviously, first fight under Eddie Reynoso, and it'll be interesting to see the next one. I'd love him to fight Deontay Wilder. I think that's just a tremendous fight. That'd be great.
Absolutely. But what do you think about the judging? You had 2 veteran judges, Pat Russell and Lou Moret. They gave Chris Arreola 1 round. What do you think about that?
Well, we had it again with the Parker Chisora fight. I think the judge from Poland gave Chisora 3 rounds, basically, which was ridiculous. It was a very close fight, but I don't think anyone's disputing the fact that Andy Ruiz won the fight. But Arreola certainly deserved more credit with the judges.
Yeah. Now, Eddie, you're not the first promoter in the world who's had 2 fighters under your banner fight each other, right? So what is the problem with Billy Joe Saunders of trolling you and complaining about you siding with Canelo. Honestly, I would side with Canelo too. I'm not saying you're doing. I'm not saying you're doing that. But what is his problem? And is this just for social media because of his personality?
No, I think that he just I think part of it might be tactics. Part of it might be to look to make sure he gets a fair crack of the whip. Obviously, he feels like people have favoured Canelo Alvarez before on the judges' side of things. Got 3 neutral officials. He feels that Tyson Fury kind of jumps on the bandwagon, but I think they kind of feel like I've been favouring Canelo Alvarez. Billy's kind of refused to do any media, so obviously Canelo's been doing all the media, therefore Canelo gets all the attention. Canelo's pound for pound #1, so obviously everyone's going to be talking about him in the fight. So, as I said before, I hate doing fights when you represent both fighters because normally you fall out with someone. The truth is, Canelo Alvarez asked me to get the Billy Joe Saunders fight. I delivered it for him. Billy Joe Saunders asked me to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. I delivered it for him. Guys, it's over to you. I can't get in there and fight for you. Do you know what I mean? So we'll be fair to everyone. We'll honour everything that's said in the contract. And we're a few days away from the fight of the year. It's going to be absolutely insane in Dallas on Saturday night.
Yeah. I think this is strange, though, because, look, when it comes to AJ, you say, hey, this is not just business. He's my mate. But Billy Joe Saunders is somebody who it never seemed like you guys had a good relationship. He said a lot of negative things about you before in the past. Seems like he never even liked you. But now it's like he's holding you to some standard that, hey, we're friends. You're supposed to, want me to win. Does that even make sense to you? If it's a business relationship, Canelo...
I like Billy Joe. In fact, for the last year, he's done some things on social media which have required me to come out and back him, right? When people told me, you shouldn't be backing this guy, you should be out in this guy. But I know Billy, I like Billy, he's actually a good guy, but he does some silly things sometimes. But he's also got a sort of back to the wall mentality where he feels like people are against him. But I also think that will help him in this fight. Like, I think part of it, to be honest with you, is more about him trying to rally himself for this fight and sort of coming with the attitude of, yeah, it's me against the world. My promoter's not backing me, the fans aren't backing me, maybe the judges won't back me. I'm going to shock the world. And he's dangerous. He's dangerous in this fight because he believes once he gets that inside his head, you're going to see the best Billy Joe. I promise you on Saturday night, you will see the best ever Billy Joe Saunders in the ring. Now, will it be enough to beat Canelo Alvarez? That's another story. But I said to Billy, mate, if you win, I'll be delighted for you. Whoever wins this fight, congratulations.
Okay.
You can't really win, but we got the fight. He got, money that's going to make him and every generation of the Saunders generation, the next 5 generations, comfortable. So Eddie, you can say it's not about the money, but at the end of the day, you guys, you know how dangerous this sport is. These guys have to be looked after.
Yeah. Listen, Eddie, I've been hearing rumors about maybe in Texas you might not have to quarantine and all that stuff. Also, this 2-part question. Also, the entrance for Canelo's last fight was epic, right? I mean, how can you top that or at least compete with that? What are Matchroom's plans for Canelo's ring
Well,
entrance?
firstly, there is a bubble in the hotel and obviously full testing as well. We're looking to do the weigh-in outside though, which would be tremendous because we haven't been able to do that so far for Canelo. Saturday night, wait and see. I mean, I cannot tell you. Yesterday, actually, I got the bill for the fireworks and the pyrotechnics. I mean, like, I can't believe we're spending this kind of money. Now, I'm spending more money on the fireworks than I've spent for some world title fight. So we'll have to see. But entertainment, performances, music, fireworks, pyrotechnics.
Yeah. Nothing like Triller though. You said music and performances. We're not going to Triller.
No, we're not
right?
going 20 minutes with a song I've never heard of. We're doing like short, sharp stuff to prepare you for the fight of the year so far. Let's make it right. This is absolutely the fight of the year so far in 2021. Tremendous fight, one of the biggest in boxing, and we're going to get a special treat on Saturday.
Right, definitely the biggest fight of the year, but does this feel like, to you, the biggest fight you've ever been involved in?
No, I mean, Joshua Klitschko was, a huge affair, and even the rematch, to be honest with you, of Joshua against Ruiz. But right now, coming off the back of the pandemic, I mean, I think this is the second biggest sporting crowd ever since the pandemic. There was one in Australia, I think last week was 73,000. Okay. But of course, by far the biggest boxing event, since the pandemic, the biggest crowd. And this is kind of like, for me, this feels like a new era, a new dawn of back to normality. I've never been involved in a fight of this magnitude in the US. I can't wait. I think the atmosphere will probably be the best atmosphere I've ever witnessed or I've ever been part of on a fight night. So for me, I'm like a kid in a sweet shop right now, and I'm excited for both fighters. You know, it's when I had a call with Billy on Friday, I think, and just say, mate, look, let's just, you know, if you've got a problem, tell me what you're concerned about. Let's clear the air, because I want to go into fight week. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for both guys, because this is something they should experience, and you know, this is going to be a really special moment.
Hey, Eddie, lastly, man, Chisora Parker, a lot of people felt like Chisora earned that victory. What was your opinion initially? As soon as the fight was over, who did you have winning the fight?
I thought Chisora won the fight. I thought he won the 12th round to win the fight. Like, he was walking the fight through 6 rounds. Then he fell asleep. You know, Parker started coming into the fight. But I gave him the 12th round. I felt if anyone was going to win the fight, it was Derek Chisora. So, you know, we'll talk about the rematch. It was a fantastic card. And, of course, Katie Taylor, once again, you know, just time after time, you know, performance after performance, fight of the year after fight of the year. Just, she's an absolute superstar.
No, absolutely. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor next.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, thanks, Eddie, man. As always, see you in Texas.
Can't wait. Take care.